Hello, loves. I hope you and yours are doing well during these trial times. Since we can't go shopping, I decided to do a budget DIY for you glam guys and girls out there. We're doing a faux Faberge egg for the spring or holiday season. If you want a list of the materials I'll be using today, they will be in the description box below. So let's get started. Okay, so we are going to take this paper mache egg and we're going to take the tag off the bottom here as best as we can. Uh, it shouldn't matter too much because I'm going to cover this up with the felt bottom. So I'm going to get it off as best as I can. If you don't want to cover this up, then you have to make sure that you take all the paper off before you paint it. In this case, I don't have to worry about that, but I'm going to try to get it off as much as I can anyway. You have to be careful because this is paper mache egg and I don't want to peel off or damage the egg itself. So I'm thinking this is good enough. So we took off as much as we can on here. So now we are going to take some silver paint, and the reason I'm using silver paint is because it gives a nice shiny background when I lay the gems on the egg. So I'm going to shake this up really quick and then we're going to pour it in our tray. Okay, so this is my first time doing a gem egg this size with painting it, so I'm hoping that it covers quite well. There's no reason why it shouldn't. If it doesn't, then I'm thinking maybe I should have painted it white then the silver, but we're going to see how well this covers. So you want to cover this as much as possible. I'm going to do the bottom and the top last because it gives me a place to hold the egg. And then we're going to let this dry and we're going to add another coat. So that's good for our first coat there. So this is our first coat, and it seems like it's going to cover it pretty well. So we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to add a second coat. All right, so I think we have it covered now. It's a nice even coat, so I think this will do. So what I'm thinking about doing, we're going to try this because I didn't do any trial runs, you guys. So what you see is what I see for the first time. So I'm trying to decide what size ribbon. Now I have a plan. I know you're trying to figure out what in the world she's doing. You'll see in just a moment. I am going to wrap the ribbon around this egg here. But I'm trying to decide which size of ribbon. This is a big ribbon. I'm thinking that's a little bit too big. So maybe this one, I'm thinking. Well, we're going to try the smaller one. So I'm going to take some of this double-sided tape and I'm going to place it on the ribbon. We're going to cover it and then cut this off. And this is going to help us attach the ribbon on to the egg. Okay, so we're going to peel this back and we're going to start on our egg. Now this is the only tricky part that you may mess up. So what I would suggest you do, since this is paper mache, you can place it on here lightly and go around and make sure that it's even. So you see how I'm turning it as I release? So you want to go all the way around until it meets on the other side. Okay, so once it meets all the way to the other side here, Before I press it down, I want to make sure that's pretty even and straight. And we're going to press that down and make sure it all adheres to the egg itself. Now what I've done to make sure that that happens is I wrap my ribbon around the fattest part of the egg, the widest part, and that's right at this location here. And that way the ribbon will lay down nicely with no puckers. Okay, so we have some black gems that I purchased from Micheals some time ago. I'm thinking they still have these, but I had these for a few years. And we're going to cut strips. So we're just going to take the scissors and just cut on the length, on the horizontal line, and just make some strips. Okay, so we'll probably cut 4 of these. Don't press your sticker down permanently until you're sure of the placement. So that's where we have it so far. So now I'm going to stick that down. Now you can make your cuts if it's too long, or what I'm going to do is actually lift this up and press the excess down in the ribbon here. So it'd be like a nice finish. See that? So you have a nice finish there. Or you can clip it off, however way you want to do it. So we're going to put 4 of these all the way around, and we're going to do the same on the bottom. So let's do that. Okay, and then now the last row, I'm going to take this little lip because you can see some of that plastic hanging out. And we're going to lift the ribbon all the way back and then let it loose. And you have a nice clean edge there. Okay, so now we are going to decorate the bottom part here. So since I don't have one previously made to show you what I'm talking about, we're going to do this, like I said, the first time on camera. So I'm going to do some strips here of the larger gems that I have left over from a previous project. And these are the long ones, these sheets here. Okay, I have about 6 rows here. We'll start with that. So we're going to pull the first gem off so we can have a good starting area. And we're going to start from the back where my ribbon meets. And we're going to start there and just start the gems under that. We're going to cover this bottom with these gems here. Now I'm making sure that I don't cover the ribbon. So I don't press these all the way down until I get it exactly where I want it. So remember not to press your gems down until it's in the correct position. There, now they meet nicely. And now we can press it down. And we'll keep doing that all the way around until we have the bottom covered. Okay, so the bottom is done. Right here, I will put a cover on that so it have a nice little finished bottom there. But this is the bottom of it. And this is going to be a beautiful egged, nice little hack Faberge egg, I guess you could call it, for Easter. So we're going to start now in between here with these gems. I haven't decided if I want to put another row of the black on here. So I'm thinking, yes, I am. Put another row. So we're going to put another row, make it double rows, and we're going to go all the way around. Okay, so we're going to add this last row here. I can't stress this enough. Make sure that you have your placement before you press this down, because you don't want to pull up any paper trying to take it off. Because once they're glued on here, they're on there. Telling you. Okay, from many times I tried to reposition these and found out the hard way. Messed up my projects or the gems itself. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Okay, so what I've done while I was away, I went ahead and took some of this ribbon here, this trimming, and I used it to top off the top of the gems here to give it a nice neat separation. And I'm going to do the same on top here once I finish the top of the egg. So what we're going to do now, here's an example of what I did to the first section. I used some more of that trimming and trimmed out the black gems here. So when I get ready to fill it in, it would be much easier to follow the guide along there. Trim here, it will unravel if you don't glue the ends or tape the ends. So what I normally do, I always put a dab of glue here and just mildly twist it in so it can have a nice closure and it won't unravel. So we need to measure off this section here. So basically I just do a dry run and just measure off like so and then make a cut. But before I make my cut, I will glue, take some hot glue, or you can take some tape, whichever is easier from you, some nice clear tape, and just wrap it around. I kind of rub it around, put just a dab on it, and rub it around. Now this is hot. And then I take the remainder and just rub it around the trim there. Okay, I'm going to take my glue gun and just put a small bead right along the gem here. So I just measure out my bead, make it very small, a nice little small line. And then I will take a cording piece that I pre-cut, and just take it up along the side of the gem like that, and then press it down. Now right down at the bottom, you don't want that unfinished part showing, so you're going to tuck it in the ribbon. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Put a dab at the top there so it can be tacked down. Another bead on the other side. Okay, so that's nice and neat. And we're going to continue to do both of these sides here. So now you get a look at what we have so far. Okay. Okay, so we finished putting the cord on here, and I went ahead and placed some gems on here so you can see what it looks like with the gems on. And now we're going to do these two sections. So we're going to take our gem and we're going to measure the widest part, which is at the bottom, and we're going to cut to measure. I've already did the first few. And the first row here takes about 6 gems. And as we go up toward the peak of the triangle, it will start to shrink down, maybe a gem each row less. So this one would be 6. And then we probably have one more as 6, and then it goes to 5. So we're going to place our gem here as close to the ribbon, but not too close, because I'm thinking about putting another rope of trim right on the top here. So we don't want that too close. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is going to put on our adhesive backing. So you can use a regular felt without the adhesive, but it's just easier for me to use the adhesive backing to put it on here. I've already had plenty of these, so I'm trying to just fit it on here that it fits nicely and covers up the bottom pretty nice here. All right, so we have our adhesive back on it. Now, I went and got some gems, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this one, and I made a bow. So we have this nice little top here. This is fine little gem, and we're going to place it right on top, just like that. So I'm going to try it with the hot glue, but if this doesn't do, if it falls off or whatever, we're going to use E6000, but I'm thinking this would do nicely. So that is pretty. And then we're going to take our bow. This is the last little thing. And right here in the front, this is our back. So right here in the front, we're going to place our little bow on here, just like that. So take a little glue, put it on the back. Check our position. And put down our bow. And there we have it. Isn't it cute? So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and like the instructions were clear enough for you guys to make your own little faux Faberge egg. But you can do a lot with this. I mean, you can change all kinds of colors and gems. You can have them in rainbow colors. You can choose your own different kind of colors that you can put on here and create your own. You can even use material that's up here. That would be really pretty. using a material up there and some gems. That would be very nice. And do all kinds of creative things to create your own little faux Faberge egg. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next video. Stay safe, my friends, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to visit my other social media platforms for ideas and tips to decorate, organize, or better your home living. Until the next time, my friends, smooches!